Well, welcome. You might be wondering what the heck you're watching. This is called Tractor Therapy Podcast. That's my brother Willie. My name's Mike. And together we were part of Skolton's Equipment, a company our dad started back in 1980. Sometimes when I'm searching for a good podcast, I would be like, man, I wish some more of my competitors did podcasts and told me what they're doing and secrets of the trade, and none of them do it. So I thought, well, since no one's doing it, we should do it.
We're going to do it.
And Willie recently joined the company, came back to the fold, and he came to a sales meeting, and he thought they were quite entertaining.
Yeah.
And said we should record the sales meetings, and it would be pretty good content. Mainly me and my dad fighting about little things here and there, pricing of stuff.
But he's not here today.
He's not here. He canceled on us last minute.
Send him the agenda, and he's gone.
To go chase deals down. I don't know what he's actually doing. He didn't tell me what. But anyways.
In his words, someone has to make money.
There you go. So anyways, we're here, and we're going to tell you some stuff. We're going to go through some stuff. That's the introduction to this podcast. It's called Tractor Therapy Episode 1. And we're going to hit some topics, and this is going to be evolving. And if you want to ask questions, you can in the comments. We'll try to answer them on the next one. But we got some points we're going to go over, and Willie's pretty organized, and he's penciled out here an agenda.
I think first thing we're going to just go over is just your recent sale that you've done, that you've closed maybe in the last week.
I think it's funner to go over the ones that don't close.
Oh, okay.
No, but I would never tell anyone about those. But
I've never had a deal not close, so.
Very often. We used to call them something, but I can't, otherwise it'd incriminate their name. No, I got a lot of good sales lately. The end of the year has been going good. At the beginning of the year, I was a little nervous because of our local farm economies for dairy is pretty poor, just not because of anything, but that's really the state of Washington has really pigeonholed themselves shipping to Dairy Gold, and I was a little nervous about that in the beginning of the year. I'm still nervous about that, but guess what? Our business has been thriving, and not because of local business. Local business has been good. On the farming side, it's been a little subpar, but nationwide, we've been shipping stuff a lot of places, not just because everyone's looking for equipment. I think we got great deals here, and we got a lot of equipment. I was telling Dad that I've never known us to have this much inventory ever, and it's not bad inventory. It's good inventory. We have a lot of good inventory, a lot of unique inventory, and I was looking at an aerial shot from the 90s or early 2000s of our dealership, and I'm like, wow. Same location, and we have a much bigger lot now, and I remember telling you, I was like, those are simpler times. Yeah. I remember moving the same. I remember back in the day, I would run the forklift, and I would put the manure agitators up front. Like I'd line 3 manure agitators to take up space to make the lot look full. Yeah. We don't have manure agitators because I don't know where we'd put them. We got a lot of inventory. It's good stuff. I feel bad for dealers that don't have inventory, mainly because their salesmen, they just have nothing to sell. But we have a lot of stuff. It's a lot of unique stuff, a lot of good positions on stuff. But that being said, probably one of my favorite deals I probably did recently was sold a guy. Are we saying names?
You can or you can't.
Oh yeah,
you can say the name and we'll bleep it out.
Sold a guy his second M7. He bought his first M7 a couple of years ago, or actually a year ago, and he then just recently was like, "Hey, I need to trade this 6430 in I needed a bigger tractor," so he traded it on an M7. And when I went and brought it out to him, you actually picked me up.
Yep.
I drove the tractor out to him, and it had a gate. You drive and then you punch the code in and you drive in. I parked it by his other M7. I'm like, oh, that's cool. He wasn't there, and I walked out and I could not get out because I couldn't trip the weight scale to walk out, and it's a really hefty gate. So I had to wait for you to get there to actually punch in the code to open the gate again. Yep. That was one of my favorite sales, not because it was a unique experience, but it was the fact that his second one.
He traded in something on that?
John Deere 6430, yeah. With low hours that we just put on the website. So the Kubota M7 is still relatively a new product. 2014 they came out with them. I still remember the show. I was in Nashville. Social media wasn't as hardcore then. Like when you went to those meetings, you were still relatively surprised. Like when you showed up and they introduced a new product, you had no clue that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Today, like you get so many sneak peeks like throughout the year.
The
reps tell you, I think it's coming. You know, like we didn't have none of that, or at least I wasn't privy to that knowledge. So I remember going to that show in 2014, thinking the reason I went to that show, the Kubota dealer meeting in 2014, was to see a sales software vendor that we're having issues with, and Dad sent me, he's like, you better go talk to those guys, the software sucks. Like, we still use the software today, but at the time they had some real hardcore issues. But so I went to that for that, and then I sat in the Kubota dealer meeting with Roger, our old salesman. Like, I was just new on the scene. I just came over from the other side. I remember going to that meeting, and Todd Stuckey, I don't know what his job was, sales VP at the time, he starts introducing this new product, and it wasn't the M7, it was wheeled skid steers. Yeah. They bought out Carverland hay tools. They introduced the M7, the M5. All these new things came out in that 2014 year, mainly because they had to, because of emissions. Because every manufacturer had to get stuff to Tier 4 final emissions in 2014. So they just released this just diarrhea of models changes. And one of those was the M7. And at the time, I was like, this tractor's awesome. Well, fast forward 3 years, we got a couple, and they didn't sell very fast because they were priced so high. They were kind of priced so high, and then they finally came out with good programs. We moved a bunch. They had good lease programs. We moved a bunch, and now full circle, some of those are coming back off the lease, and we're very active at buying them and reselling them. It's a product that, even though it's 10 years in, a little over 10 years, it's starting to prove itself. The Dash 1s definitely had their issues right out the gate. We worked through a lot of those issues. We have a barn full of hoods.
Yeah. We're talking about putting one
surprised we don't
here.
have one back here, because the hoods had a glue issue with the something underneath, and Kubota did a warranty on them, and we replaced all these hoods.
Got a lot of hoods.
So I'm going to build a new shop here soon, and I'm going to have a bar in it. It's going to be the hood bar. Yeah. I'm just going to dangle hoods from the ceiling. But,
that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
That was my favorite sale recently, just because it was the second one, and then I also got locked into his farm, and no one was there. But that was probably one of my favorite sales lately, or just one I can recant about.
Mm-hmm. I'd say probably my favorite recent sale, a couple of RTV X1130s.
Wait, and explain what the 1130 is. That's
The 1130 is the long box, 6-foot long box RTV. It's based off the 1140, so the 4-seater that everybody's seen, but it's just a 2-seater, long box, Pro Convert.
It's got long box like your long hair.
Yeah.
Blake Shelton actually had a song about, he's kind of a paid sponsor for Kubota.
Yeah.
And they gave him a 1130, and he sang a song about his long thing. And I don't think he actually published it, because people thought it was bad. Yeah. Like, I mean, not bad in a bad way, but bad like, might be X-rated.
Maybe we'll have to do a remix.
His long thing. You might have to look it up.
Yeah.
But camo, both camo, huh?
Yep, both camos. Snowblades going out to the islands, San Juan Islands. They got a fleet of gators that they're slowly replacing. And the coolest thing about it was he saw the video that you recommended we should start doing. Oh, yeah. And he's just like, I love this thing. He saw a little 3-minute video we did, which we're trying to do with all of our postings on Skoltons. But
it's a little more harder to do than just saying it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Taking videos of stuff takes time. You have to be in the right headset when you do it, just like doing this.
Well, you just got to have time to do it.
Time to do it.
And time to post it.
Yeah.
Put it together and do all that. But, yeah, no, that was a good sale. A couple of RTVs going out. And that'll be a changed model. Yeah, that will not be the 1130 anymore.
The 1130 might be one of the shortest lived products from Kubota. It was only out for 1 year, and then they changed it to the RTV X2L.
Yes.
Long bed. Yeah. So
RTV is changing Kubota's changing all the RTV names. X2, X4.
Yeah, that was the last one to get the change. It was also the one to get released during the change, so they kept the old. If you want a collector item, there ain't going to be many 1130s out there. So maybe buy one of those, hold on to it, park it in the shed, put a tarp on it, bring it back out in 20 years. No one will know what it is. Yeah. But speaking of new products, that same excitement that we had like with new products back like 10 years ago, there's still some of that going on in Germany, where, like, for instance, Kloss, I've kind of heard through the grapevine that they're going to have a new Axion tractor. Like, I've heard this for about a year, but I try to get my rep to tell me anything about it. It's like, oh, I don't know anything about it. I'm like, okay, at Agro Technica, which is every other year, which happened a few weeks ago in Germany in November, I was like, a few months back, I was like, come on, Ben. His name's Ben, the rep. I was like, give me a little, come on, give me a picture of this thing. I know it has to be coming out. He's like, oh no, I don't know about a tractor. I don't know about one coming out. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Anyways, they did release a tractor, but they kept it a super hush-hush secret. And it was one of the best kept secrets I think Kloss has ever had, because that tractor is amazing. It's the Axion 9 series at Agro Technica. Yeah, like you said, Agro Technica is the new stuff in Germany. In Germany, like, unfortunately, that tractor we saw at Agro Technica, we won't see it here for a year and a half. I've been told we're going to get a pre-series maybe next summer to just do demos with, but it won't be available for sale. Germany's usually gets this cool stuff first, and especially Kloss is a German company, so you can see why that is. But
Won tractor of the year.
It did win tractor of the year.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it is well deserving. And to think about like a company to have a big announcement at Agro Technica, Kloss had many announcements. That was just one of them. One of the announcements came a little early because they did release the new chopper in the States a few months before, but they had that on tour, and we got to experience that the last couple months. We got to play with that here in Linden, that new chopper. And one of the biggest things is how quiet that cab was on the 1200 series Jaguar. And what has been, from what I can read about the new Axion 9, it is actually a quieter cab than the Jaguar.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine.
Yeah, it's quieter than like a luxury car.
It is.
So I haven't been in the Axion. I imagine it's quieter yet. But no, the Agro Technica, we could highlight one thing from that meeting every week, and we probably wouldn't run out of things.
No, a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, the 1200 was sweet. I couldn't believe how quiet the cab is. We're filming this right above our Kloss shop, which is all concrete, tin, very loud, echoey. You get in that cab and you can't hear anything.
Can't hear nothing.
Can't hear anything.
It's got better soundproofing than this room.
Yeah. We should probably do the podcast from the cab. Would probably be a better call. But
yeah.
That's a little more expensive.
That's the technology. Like, it's getting real intense in the last couple of years with soundproofing stuff for machines. And there's manufacturers that don't do it as well, and it's definitely noticeable. I'm not saying their machine's subpar, but their cab quality of sound deadening is subpar compared to Kloss. Kloss is leading the way. But that was one of my favorite highlights from Agro Technica. We're going to hit on some more in the next few episodes. But the the Axion 9 series, I'm super excited to get it. One thing that I love about it, the models make sense. Yeah. So the Axion 9 450 is going to have 450 horsepower. And the previous model would have been an Axion 960. That meant nothing. Yeah. So now their models are going to make sense. They're going to mean something. Yeah. And that, for us simple American folk, that's going to be a big deal, because we need to have it make sense right off the get-go. John Deere figured that out in the late 80s, when they went away from a 4850 meant nothing. Yep. And then they went to the 8,000, 8100 still meant nothing. 8400 still meant nothing. 8410 still meant nothing. They didn't get it right until the R series. So, like, it's I don't know why it's been such a long coming for manufacturers to figure out that model numbers need to make sense. Yeah. And Kloss has finally got that right as well. But John Deere, I think the R series came out like in 08. Yeah, about 2008, 2009. Yeah. So John Deere's they're only about 14 years into model numbers making sense game, but Kloss is just stepping into that ring finally. They started with the Xeron 12 a year ago, and now they're bringing all the models will come into the make sense mode. Yeah. But anyways, that was my favorite highlight from Agro Technica. I got a list, so
we'll save
some other ones to go down.
The Kloss, just the whole presentation they did was pretty impressive. I'm sure we'll show a lot of B-roll of it, but 55,000 square feet.
Oh yeah, the Kloss. So I went to Agro Technica, I think it was back in 2010. Yeah. Dad actually called me up. I was working for RDO, the John Deere dealer. Mm-hmm. In case you didn't know, a family tradition is you can't go work for the business right away. You got to go work somewhere else. So I chose RDO. It's the largest John Deere dealer at the time. And my dad called me, like, I think 3 weeks before Agro Technica. I think I was at a Halloween party, maybe something, I don't know. I remember I was dressed up like Scooby-Doo, and he calls me up. He's like, hey, do you want to go to Agro Technica? I'm like, I don't even know what Agro Technica is. He's, oh, it's a big farm show in Germany. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll come with that. Yeah, I got to take a week off of work. I'm like, okay. And I remember how long ago, it had to been 2009 or something, because I remember going there and I just turned off my phone, and I did not, because I couldn't international roam.
Yeah.
My phone wasn't even capable.
Yeah.
And so I just didn't have a phone for a week.
Yeah.
And it was just okay. Like I remember I brought a digital camera.
Yeah.
To take pictures. That's how old I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I went to there and I couldn't believe it. And Dad actually, he calls me up after. So he must have called me 10 days before we were going. It was very little notice. And
That's pretty good notice for him.
Yeah. He doesn't plan.
No.
But I remember he called me. He's like, hey, just so you know, the people in Europe dress up all the time. And I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, I wouldn't pack any jeans. Just pack khakis and nice dress shoes. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I'll pack a bunch of khakis and button-ups and dress shoes. I get there, and there's guys dressed in skirts, for Pete's sakes. Like kilts. You know, there was no dress code in Germany. But all that I remember the whole time is there was a lot of walking, and I wore real crappy shoes because I wore dress shoes. That's all I packed because I was trying to fit it all in a suitcase. And I remember walking around, I'm like, man, Dad, my feet hurt. Yeah. He's like, yeah, mine do too, because Dad actually didn't even bring cowboy boots.
That's rare.
Yeah. He brought different, nicer shoes, but they weren't cowboy. Anyways, I remember that was a poor perception we had of Europe, that they're all going to be dressed up, so we try to blend in. And I think we stuck out sore thumbs being dressed up. And then also, we just assumed everyone would speak English because we're Americans, right? Mm-hmm. Not the case. We got sick of talking to each other after a while because no one else spoke English.
Yeah.
I remember we met this guy from California at some booth, and my dad overheard him talking, and we were just like, wow, we need to talk to this American for a while because we couldn't talk to anybody. We were so sick of talking to each other. And we were like, hey, do you guys, I remember we were like, let's go for dinner tonight or something. Let's do something together with these American people we found. And I think there's more American people there now today. But back then, we were definitely in a different seal. I remember we spent more time at the JCB booth than probably we normally would have, mainly because they spoke English.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, but...
What year was that?
2010, probably. Maybe 11.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it might have been 11. I don't know. Probably could look back at my digital camera.
Yeah.
I took some sweet pictures. But, no, I remember that the technology there, though, was way ahead of its time even then, but it was hard for us to... back then, it was harder to show something in the United States that was working in a different country.
Yeah.
Now I think people are more open to it. If they're doing it in Germany, why can't we do it in the United States? You're seeing that a lot with tire choices. Not everything's based off of 60 or 30-inch centers and skinny tires for you don't really need to do that. They don't do it in Europe, and they still grow corn. Mm-hmm. They can't do duals in Europe just because their road regulations are so tight. But anyways, neat sidebar on Agro Technica. But it's a neat show, and I was supposed to go this year. We actually sent two customers, and I was going to go, and then it happens to be right during my birthday and my son's birthday, and we had a birthday party conflict, and I didn't want to miss my kid's birthday, so I canceled. So I think the only way I'm going to have to go in the next time if I take him with.
Yeah. Just got to get him into tractors for that.
Yeah. He's not into that right at the moment.
No.
But what's next?
Well, the next segment we planned on doing was a market report, and that was going to be from our father, who was very he loves auctions. Auctions, I would say, is probably one of his biggest hobbies, is spending time on auction sites, and we're going to get some interesting sales from him, but he is not here. So
I could give you my insights, but I think his will be more colorful.
It would be.
The auction market this time of year, about a week from now, I'm thinking, man, we should have thrown 5 things on the auction.
Yeah.
Because this end of year buying cycle happens right now, where people are starting to unload cash for tax purposes, and then there's some stuff that I'm like, dang it, we should have thrown that on auction. But in order to throw stuff on an auction now, like a digital online auction, you have to plan for that in early October.
Yeah.
And you and me both know we don't plan well here. No, We just kind of wing it.
Yeah.
So winging it has gotten us into no auctions lately. I believe back in 2016, probably, we actually did, maybe it was 14. We did our own auction online. Where it was probably a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Because we had Jeremy Dross build an auction site for us.
Okay.
And we offloaded like probably 20 things that should have been offloaded years before that.
Yeah.
And we put them on this auction site, but we had to do all the promotion for it. So we had to, like, there was no like Tractor House sending emails to everyone. We had to like send a newsletter, list what's going to be on the auction. So the reason I say it was a disaster is because it was our local customer clientele that was bidding. Like whoever was on our email list or in our contact realm, that's the only people that were bidding. So like at the time it seemed, this is going to be great. You know, we've done this a live auction before. Let's just make a live auction, an online auction, and build our own format. Yeah. Which I don't know any other dealers even tried that at that time. We were quite ahead of our curve if we would have had to keep going with it. But the problem was it was a disaster because guys that like to bid on stuff in Pennsylvania had no clue we were having an auction. Yeah. And so subsequently, a couple of years later, we did put some stuff on Auction Time to get to liquidate. And we haven't done it since. I think the last time we've put something on an auction would have been 2016 or 17. And ever since then, we have never done something on an auction. I always try to do the reverse auction method, and where I take something that I feel like might be priced too high or we need to move it, and I start just lowering the price until someone bites, you know, like that's one way to do it. Sometimes I actually thought about advertising that. Let's try a reverse auction method and put a tractor on, say it's 100,000, and just tell people I'm going to lower this $1,000 every day. Yeah. And see when someone bites. It's almost like fear of missing out. Like someone might, you know, I don't know. That'd
be cool.
I haven't seen anyone successfully do it. I've seen someone thought about trying it, but it's crossed my mind. But the problem is if you get down on $100,000 piece, if you get down to 70,000 and no one's bought in it, one, it could have been not worth it. Two, the right person might not just been watching at the time. And you could miss out on some value. You could also kill people's value of their machines. Yeah, you do that. So auctions are a lot about advertising and having good viewership to bid. And when you don't have that, and there's kings of the auction world right now. You got Ritchie Brothers, Big Iron, Auction Time's humongous, Purple Wave. You got it, but that's our dad's expertise. On auctions. I think growing up, they would go to farm auctions. He'll be able to clarify this. Our grandpa would take them to farm auctions, and I think there was a free lunch involved. Oh yeah. But they would love to go to the farm auctions and watch people sell their stuff. And I don't think they bought a lot of stuff back when they were kids, but that was kind of a pastime of theirs. And then to this day, his brothers still go to all the local Iowa auctions, like in person. Like Dad will be on the phone and you can hear him. I can tell who he's talking to by the conversation sometimes. Like if he's like, did you go to that auction? Yeah. I guarantee it's Daryl, Delmer, or Red. Yeah. Like they all go, and our dad made a business out of it, but way back when. But that's different. The business has evolved huge. Like when you think about our dealership, he started it by bringing stuff to Northwest Washington from the Midwest and sold locally. Yep. Now we bring stuff in from all over the country, finance, auction, all these things, and we sell all over the country. All over. Yeah. Our local market isn't what it used to be. And our local market has gotten small. Our national market has gotten big. Yep. But that's his work. And he'd be able to do some fun insights on some of the stuff he sees. Some stuff I don't even pay attention to, but
yeah. No, I remember going to a lot of auctions with Dad growing up. Just walking around, and I just want to go home and go play basketball or something. We'd have to wait for this one piece of equipment that was
back a long time ago. He would actually drive the semi-truck to the auction.
Or how many times did you go to an auction and wait all day for a piece to come up, and then he doesn't even buy it? Yeah. Well, it went too high, so then you just drive all the way home.
I have lots of memories of auctions, but one time he's like, for some reason it was me and Cindy, our older sister. I don't think you were. You didn't go.
Yeah.
But it was just me and Cindy and him drove to Montana. There was this sale up in the plains of Montana, and he took the number 3 semi, which we still have Freightliner. We drove there. He drove it all night. We got to Montana, and the sale, it was cold, snowy, and there was like 3 John Deeres on there he wanted, and like there's a couple high dumps, and I remember that, and I just remember being so cold and probably didn't pack the greatest for it, so I spent a lot of time in the truck.
Yeah.
I would go out, get a hot chocolate, come back in the truck, get out, and then I do remember there's a TV in the semi with a VHS thing. I remember sticking in a movie, and 2 hours later I woke up and we're moving down the road. Like I fell asleep and I passed out, and I wake up and I'm like, what happened? He's like, well, we're loaded up, we're moving. I didn't know what we were loaded up with because you can't see behind you. And I'm like, oh, did you buy anything? He's like, yeah, I got a good deal on this. And I'm like, okay. We end up stopping at the end of the road, and he agreed to tow. I might get this wrong, but he agreed to tow. This guy bought this high dump. He didn't buy it.
Yeah.
But my dad agreed to tow the high dump behind the semi-trailer to the end of the road because it was so snowy, and the guy didn't think he could get it there with his pickup. So when I got out of the truck to unhook I didn't help. I was too young, but when I watched him unhook it, I was like, oh, we bought all this. That's neat. I slept through it.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. You're a strong sleeper.
Yeah. I always remember thinking too, like when you see him at auctions and farm auctions, and he'd buy like a stack of weights for like $200 or something. I forget. And you buy like a pallet full of tools with like John Deere toolboxes on it or something. Buy this random stuff for like what seemed to me like a lot of money at the time, like $500 I'm like, we could have gone back in that store, say it's at a John Deere dealer.
Yeah.
You could have bought me like 3 1/16 scales
for
that stack of weights.
Yeah.
And I did not see the value, of course. I was like, man, I want the toys inside. And
I was the same way with like if there was like a 4-wheeler at the sale. And Dad would always look at it. He would kind of make you think that he was going to buy it.
He'd never buy it.
And then he would never buy it. It'd go for $750.
He wouldn't buy those frivolous commercial goods like that. No.
Yeah. No.
But he'd buy like a fuel tank for like something, and you're like, what good is this going to do for us?
Or a portable office.
Do we have the portable office still?
We still have it. Fold it up.
He could defend that right now if he was here.
Yeah.
But
all right.
Anyways,
we don't have too much more. I did have some Skolden's equipment trivia. It would be more fun with 2 people, but I'll just quiz you.
I'm pretty good at trivia.
Okay.
I played Pictionary last night. I didn't do so good. Okay. When you play Pictionary with 2 people, I was playing on Netflix. It was just me and my daughter. The problem is she would get more points for guessing my pictures, and I was a way better drawer.
Yeah.
And so I lost because I was good at drawing the pictures. She was terrible at drawing the pictures. I think she knew the point. Anyways, trivia with 1 person might be better than 2.
Yeah. So trivia is going to be featured mostly Skolden'sEquipment.com items here. And the first question is, if you go on Skolden'sEquipment.com and you're looking for a machine over 100 horsepower, how many are on Skolden'sEquipment.com?
Can I look it up? Is this open?
No, you can't look it up. You got to guess.
Over 100 horsepower?
Yep.
New and used?
New and used.
Because we have everything pictured and priced, even the new stuff.
Yes.
If you have the new stuff over 100, 40?
Higher.
Well, okay.
I was just
50.
I mean, you're wrong.
50.
Higher.
60?
57.
57. Oh, I was going to say if it was 6.7, we'd have some really good content there.
I don't think any of these are 6.7.
So we have 57 units, or just tractors over 100 horsepower. That's quite a bit. Like
quite a bit.
If you look at like a dealership that has that many units pictured and priced online, they're probably going to have 15 stores.
Yeah.
For that horsepower range,
which we're
we have 2 and a quarter.
2 and a quarter.
Yeah, 2 and a quarter. We're opening up a store in Othello. It's a slow start, but
we're getting there.
We're getting there.
We actually do have pieces in Othello.
We do have quite a few pieces in Othello. Probably more than, I ain't gonna lie, we have more pieces in Othello than some dealers that are fully staffed.
Yeah, we're not staffed yet.
We're getting there. We're getting close.
Yeah. Okay. The next one is, how many total tires and wheel listings do we have? Now this is listings. There's probably an extra 40, 50 that aren't on there.
Oh, tires. One of my favorite subjects is when I get a phone call on a tire.
Because they're hard to find.
They're just hard to find and hard to figure out a value. And
yep.
Usually the guy's in Kentucky.
And then he wants a freight quote, and then you never hear from him again.
Yeah, I always just tell him it's worth more than it's worth to ship, usually. How many tires do we have? I bet you we have listed. This is just listed. Definitely over 100.
Close.
We should have more than 100. we have more than 100 on the lot. Yeah, I don't know. So
92.
I'm close.
Still quite a few.
Close. Those things are pictured and priced online at schoolsandequipment.com right now. And call and ask for Kevin.
Call and ask for Kevin when you have a set of tires.
Or John. Yeah. Just don't ask for Mike.
Yeah. We're busy. We're filming the podcast. And then the final one, which I kind of wish Dad was here for this because I'd love to hear his guess. How many total between rotary heads, windrow heads, combine heads, how many heads do we have?
All the heads.
For sale at Skolden'sEquipment.com.
Over 100.
So close.
So right under 100?
Yeah.
Oh, man. We need to buy some more heads.
We
can't get that number over 100.
We have 99.
99 heads?
Yep. 53 rotary heads, 6 combine heads, 40 grass heads.
What other heads are we missing? There's some snapper or old.
There might be.
They're old style corn.
The 3 categories we have.
Old style corn heads too, probably for choppers. That's probably in your corn heads.
It's probably under corn heads. Yeah, but 99. That was about all I had, and then total listings. I think that's like 1,500.
Yeah, we have a lot of listings. And that's one thing that makes us unique from many. There's a few dealers across the country that do what we do and picture everything, price everything per location. We have the most. And Tractor House did tell me this a month ago. We have the most equipment per location out of anyone in the nation.
Really?
So, like, if another dealer has, say, how many did you say we had? 1,500.
Like 1,480 something.
So
1,500.
Okay, if we had 1,500 listings, he told me the next closest dealer to have that many listings would have like over a dozen stores.
Wow.
So we have 2.25 right now on the stores side of it. We'll get to 3 eventually.
Yeah.
But so just we take pride in what we do, and I'm not saying there's dealers out there that have a few stores that could have that many things listed. They just don't list their stuff.
It's a lot of work.
Well, it's as Brian's sitting here looking at us, it's a lot of work. Ask him. He's the guy that does it.
Yeah.
But it's easy to not do. It's hard to do. Mm-hmm. And so because we do it, we have a lot of stuff listed, and that helps. And if a competitor's watching this right now, they'll be like, maybe I should start doing that. But the good chances they won't, because it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Yeah. I hate sharing our secrets, but one of our secrets is we have stuff and we try to list it.
Yep. Lots of pictures, lots of description. Put it up,
and
we update it. We don't leave sold stuff up there for months.
This might annoy Brian a little bit, but sometimes you have to retake pictures.
Yeah,
if you don't feel like they're right, and if you feel like it might not represent it correctly, you got to retake them and get it different and switch tires. And
how many sales do you do that are sight unseen? A lot of this stuff,
almost all of them.
Almost all of them.
Almost all of them.
Almost all.
It's actually more rare that someone wants to come in and look at something.
Yeah.
But that's a testament to our. I don't think anyone's gonna like. We have a lot of stuff. We have a good reputation. It helps.
Yeah.
We have stood behind our products for a long time, new and used, and people can trust that and make decisions from afar. It's crazy what the internet has done to this business, and it's also crazy to think what the internet has done to this business. It's been twofold. Like, we used to bring stuff in to sell locally, like I said before, and now we bring stuff in to sell nationwide.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, it's unique.
Yeah. I started working back here we started this year basically, and then got into sales in April, and this probably the number one thing that I just couldn't even at first understand was people just send you money and they're going to buy the piece of equipment, and they're in Tennessee and we're in Linden, Washington.
Yeah.
And they're not going to look at the machine, but that's just kind of the way things are going.
And you do have some You have some deals that backfire.
Yeah.
We shipped a tractor to Alberta like a year ago. It had 15,000 hours. A John Deere 7810. We shipped to Alberta. I'll tell the story because we ended up buying it back. He gets it and he checks the oil, and it checked out fine because we serviced it before it left. And then he thought for some reason, he's like, I'm going to have my local dealer, because I don't know about these guys in Lyndon, Washington, in Alberta. So he's in Alberta. He had his local John Deere dealer throw it on a dyno. They ran it on a dyno for 6 hours. 6 hours. It was continuously on a dyno. I don't think dynos aren't meant to run that much, but this is what he told us. And it lost 2 quarts of oil or something. It lost oil in that 6 hours running on the dyno. And needless to say, this thing had 15,000 hours. We sold it as is. It was on a mixer wagon. It was an old tractor, 7810. Yeah. And he calls up. He's like, this tractor's a piece of junk. I want my money back. And I'm like, it wasn't my sale, but I sometimes get involved with these because the guy wants his money back, and I try to gauge, how can we maybe smooth this over? Yeah. I find out what he did, and he's like, oh yeah, the alternator also took a dump. It was negative 30 degrees up here and wouldn't start. And a lot of weird stuff happened. This guy wants his money back, right? And we end up coming in agreement. We take the tractor back. We send him his money back. But in a case where this machine was sold as is, yeah, and we shouldn't have to give him his money back, we did, just because it was like, it's not worth having someone pissed off at you over something. Will we sell that guy a tractor ever again? No, not because he might. I bet you he'd want to buy something from us again because it didn't turn out bad for him. Yeah. But will I sell something to him again? No. Nope. Just because when you expect warranty on something with 15,000 hours, we just can't do business with those people. Like when you buy something with 15,000 hours, it's reality. It's old. It's cheap. I worked at RDO with a guy. His name was Kelly. Seasoned sales guy. Sold for like 50 years. I don't know. He's old. And he would sometimes I asked him, how do you deal when people they kind of nickel and dime you on things? He's like, oh, it's easy, Mike. It's easy you just go over there and be like, the new one's over there if you want it. This is a used tractor. Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, we do sell new ones too. Some people want it to be new for the used price, and there's a reason stuff's used and new and priced accordingly. We have stuff that has 1,000 hours to the same units, and they're priced differently because one's in nicer shape. That's just the way it is.
Every used equipment is different.
Yeah. But just so I think our reputation has gone with instances like that where we take stuff back even though I don't think we were in any legal mode of action to take it back, but we did just to keep the guy satisfied and, peace of mind out of buying it, even though it was as is. As is, 15,000 hour tractor. But that's what sets us apart, and that's what keeps us in business, I think, when we treat people, with respect. And we can joke about it later because I think we're in the joking position on it.
Yeah. It cost us money.
It did cost us money. That's why we got to joke about it. We paid the price to joke about it.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah.
That's about all I got. So how often can we expect these podcasts?
Shooting for once a week.
Once a week. The weekly tractor therapy update.
Yeah. Try to get the old man here.
I remember coming up here and I was like, wow, they got some good toys up here.
Yeah.
And then I realized
from some guy's office.
I realized they're out of my office. Yeah. So maybe I'll highlight a couple of these toys in future episodes. I got some really cool ones.
Quick background. Mike, big toy guy. Growing up, we had sheets of plywood all over the place, covered in carpet, fake gravel, sand, cornrows. Fake gravel was big.
I still have
a lot of toy shows.
I still have those boards.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to set them up someday. I'm not. I have toys in boxes. I haven't seen the light of day in a while just because I don't have enough shelf space. But maybe this will.
And his office is a toy room.
This might create an avenue for me to buy more toys because I have more place to put them in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is our upstairs conference room in our cloth shop, just so everyone knows that. We're kind of commandeering it for this podcast, but
yeah.
Anyways, But yeah, no, future's looking bright. We got lots of stuff to talk about. If you enjoyed this podcast, give us a thumbs up. Or where's it going to be at on, Willie?
It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be anywhere else we can post it, which
we're going to try to get a Spotify. See if
probably X.
Oh yeah, X.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't even know if we can log into our Twitter account.
Yes.
X account. Can we?
If you call it Twitter, we can't. But if you call it X, we can.
We'll post it on Twitter. MySpace. Ask Jeeves.
Ooh, yeah. We're going to post this thing everywhere.
Everywhere you will be able to find the Tractor Therapy Podcast. Thanks for watching.
Till next time.